Have you met someone who is absolutely drop dead gorgeous, right? They should be the it girl. But for some reason, they don't see that in themselves. They constantly put their own selves down. They can't seem to see what everyone else sees. And that's because their aura is in shambles. Everything about your aura will translate in every single aspect of your life, whether you like it or not, and more importantly, whether you notice it or not. Stress, anxiety, depression, all of that will manifest into your aura. We can talk about glow ups all damn day, but until your aura is healed, you will not be that it girl that you want to be. So let's talk about how to fix your aura and how to have that it girl baddie aura. Hi girls, welcome back to Boss Girlified. It is your girl Tima. Before we get into the first step, girls, I have a new gourmand smell good collection for y'all. Dove just launched a new set in the Dove X Crumble collection. It is Nilla Bean Cupcake. Y'all know I love vanilla and gourmand. So when Dove reached out to me to partner on this video, y'all know I had to. So I'm very excited to announce that this video is in partnership with Dove. The way I ran to my car, my neighbors were probably looking at me crazy, but I did not care because I needed that collection and I needed it now. And we have to find them now because they're limited edition. But girls, don't worry because we got them in the bag. I have always loved the pink crumble color. Like the color that they chose for crumble is just so perfect. So when the bottles were the same color, oh my god, like I knew it was gonna eat down sitting in my shower. Please get into the packaging, y'all. It is so freaking cute. And don't even get me started on the scent, you guys. On the back, it literally says Nilla Bean Dreams, and that could not be a more accurate description. It's very yummy. Like my mouth is literally watering. It is literally a vanilla gourmand small good girly's dream. The formula is perfect for my dry, sensitive, and eczema prone skin, you guys. Like I am very sensitive to deodorants and any type of body washes at all, and I do love my smell good, so it's very hard to come across something that is perfect for my sensitive skin, but this collection is absolutely that. The scent is also super long lasting. It's not one of those body washes that you can smell it in the shower, you can smell it in the bottle, and you get out and you don't smell it anymore. This is one of those body washes that will leave you smelling like vanilla cupcakes and sprinkles even when you're out of the shower. Y'all can thank me when the compliments are rolling in. It did not leave my skin stripped, dry. This is the Dove X Crumble collection to try. Trust me, y'all, you don't want to miss it. Thank you so much to Dove for partnering with me on today's video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight back into it. I just want to quickly give you guys an example of a few people that actually use their aura to their advantage. They've figured out how to perfect their aura. They've figured out how to have this specific allure to them, and this is how you can do the same thing. First things first, become a better person. This is a non-negotiable. This is the only way you can do any sort of change without negative judgment about yourself. Your world literally mirrors your mind. So literally whatever your perception is what reality will be. And here I go again with my my little psychology degree brain over here. There's so many studies that have been done on perception and reality. That is such a big philosophical question to this day, and it probably will be for until we figure out how to get another perspective outside of our own current conscious reality. The only thing that truly exists is the way you perceive the world. There is this paradox where we don't know if the blue that everyone else agrees upon is blue is actually blue to everyone else. We could be seeing what other people would perceive as green, for example, right? So that right there goes to show that your perception is the only thing that exists, and your mind is going to therefore reflect how you perceive the world. That's why the whole karma thing, all of that really just has to do with your mindset reflecting on your environment. If you are the type of person that's nasty to people or is constantly thinking negative about people, even if you're the type of person that just sees the world in a more pessimistic view of the world, you're going to see yourself in that way. You're going to see everything around you in that same way. Now, if you work on actively becoming a better person, and I'm talking about in every facet of life, I'm talking about being good to other people, talking highly about other people, trying not to engage in gossiping, doing good things without other people noticing it. Don't do the grimy thing when you have the option to do it. All of those things are going to reflect on you and your aura. That's why you'll come across some people and you'll be like, they like something is a little off about them. They're very beautiful, but something is a little off about them. It's because that aura is probably a little messed up. And 9 times out of 10, it comes out that, surprise, they're a mean girl, right? And it's not even just that. It's also the sense of maybe insecurity or maybe not lacking self-confidence. That will translate. Everything like that will translate. Same thing with being stressed, okay? If you are stressed, that's going to manifest in fidgeting and like, you know, constantly looking for things and like just having that constant angst. That will reflect on your aura. If you want to work on bettering your aura, you have to work on being a better person. You can do this by journaling, meditating. My favorite type of meditation are the ones that get you to dig into parts of you that we all bury. And those are usually like guided meditations. Like they'll talk you through everything. And I warn you guys, it can get very emotional, but I am so forever thankful that I've done those meditations. Even just that the couple of times I've done them have made an extreme transition in my aura and have unlocked things about me that I didn't even know that they were there. Focus on becoming a better person before you can get into the next step, which is to study yourself. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos as well, but studying yourself is the next important step to changing anything about yourself or improving anything about yourself. What is your personality like outside of influence? A lot of us probably wouldn't know that because we are constantly influenced, which isn't a bad thing, but it's really important to figure out where you stand, what your specific personality is without other people's influence, without like copying other people's influence. And I will say, you can take bits and pieces of people's aura that you feel apply to you. And I'll get into that a little bit later, but definitely don't try to be copy paste of someone else's aura. You genuinely have to dig into yourself and figure out what your personality is like. The best way to do that is to ask people around you, how would they describe you? Ask at least like 5 people around you, 5 people that know you very well. How would you describe me? Give me like 5 words that would describe me. And boom, 9 times out of 10, that'll be exactly your personality. And work on that, build on that, and increase those positive traits about your personality and try to work on the negative traits about your personality. Next thing you want to do once you figure all of that out is, how does this fit into your look? This means your essence, your hair color, your facial structure, your body shape, your contrast. What is your essence? That's the big thing here. What type of energy do you radiate? So for me, I am definitely more like the bohemian, like natural, neutral colors and things of the sort. I figured that out very, very quickly, but I also used the like Kitchener essence system or something like that, and it basically confirmed everything that I thought. And when you learn how your personality fits into your essence, you kind of hone in the craft of all around having that aura, that it girl aura. There are some people that you look at and you're like they're really that. And that's because they have a really good understanding of their aura. I wish I had known about my essence sooner because I was doing my makeup all wrong. Like, I mean, there's no wrong way to do makeup, but ever since I've learned myself better and learned my essence and learned my aura, I have been able to perfect what makeup looks best on me, what lashes looks best on me, what hairstyles look best on me, what outfits look best on me, and so much more. Create your ideal aura. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. Manifestation, which building a better aura is a form of manifestation, requires knowing what you're manifesting. Use what you've learned about yourself to figure out what exactly your aura is and what you want your aura to be. If you are a goofy, silly personality, like you just like to have fun, you always crack jokes, that is a huge part of your aura. And a lot of people who are funny don't know that they're funny. So that is kind of like that, figuring that out and figuring out how that fits into your aura is super important, and figuring out how to use that as your charm will be an advantage to you, and so on and so forth. Furthermore, you can draw inspiration from people who you feel you have a similar aura to, or someone you notice you guys have a lot of similarities in your personality. And this is what I was talking about earlier. draw influence from, be inspired by, but never actually copy, because that's not like, that's so inauthentic. Kind of just use that as like, oh, okay, this person has this type of personality trait that I see in myself as well, and this is how they incorporate that into their aura. Aura is really like a craft. Like, a lot of people look at certain people, let's just say like Marilyn Monroe. I use her as an example a lot because no matter what anybody says, that girl had aura, okay? Like, she knew herself very well. She knew how the public perceived her to the T. She wasn't like confused about where she stood in society. Like, she knew exactly what her aura was. And a lot of people look at people like that and like, oh my God, it comes so naturally to them. 9 times out of 10, they know 10 times out of 10 they know exactly what they're doing. They're using their aura to their benefit. They've perfected their aura to be able to radiate to other people, to be able to tell that that's their aura. It's not something that you would think just naturally comes easy. It's something that takes a lot of practice, and you can literally get to a point where you like turn it on and turn it off, and we'll get into that in a sec. De-stress. A lot of us have aura blocks because we're stressed constantly. How the are you supposed to radiate good energy, radiate a specific frequency when you are constantly stressed and you're constantly preoccupied, ruminating, or what's the other one? I always forget what the other one is of ruminating. Always in another place but now. Do things that help you to de-stress. So for me, I talk about this a lot, but for me, it's like yoga, taking a walk, crochet, reading, and watching a show. Have wind down time. Don't just like constantly be in work mode, or just constantly go from thing to thing to thing and then go to bed as soon as you can. Have a dedicated time, even if it's just 30 minutes before you go to bed, where it's just you time. You can wind down. You will have not only a much better night of sleep, but you'll notice that gradually you become a lot less stressed a lot more easily, and you'll be able to get your work done on time. That way you don't have to feel stressed and anxious when you're going to bed. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, stress literally manifests itself into your aura, into your appearance. Eliminate as many stressors as possible, and I've kind of touched on this on previous videos as well, and I saw some comments that were like, look, I can't cut certain people off, I can't do this, I can't do that because some people are family. And you know, I trust me, I get it. I think we all kind of get it to some extent, unless we're blessed with like a really normal non-dysfunctional family. Like, congratulations. But I know a lot of us can relate to that, but you can still keep your mental distance even if you can't keep your physical distance. That's why it's really important to have your own self-time. If you are in an environment right now where you live with someone who causes you a lot of stress and there's not much you can do about it, you have to mentally block that off and focus on working on yourself. It's kind of like there's this negative energy being pushed towards you. You can't really do much about it. You either continue to let that push against you, or you have so much positive energy pushing back on it that it literally bounces back. If you have so much positive energy about you, just trust me, guys. That's why it goes back to working on yourself. If you are a genuinely decent person and you actively try to be a decent person every single day you live, that positive energy will counteract that negative energy. And I can say from experience that that has been a reality for me. Really, really work on having so much positive energy that negative will not even, it'll just bounce right back off of you and mirror right back onto that person. And when you learn how to do that, and it takes a lot of practice, but when you learn how to do that, you guys, like, it's so noticeable to you. Most people don't notice, but it is an insane thing to witness happen. After you've done all your studying, after you've done all your research, after you've done all of your planning, grow and nurture your aura. It's not an overnight thing. You can work on this and foster it by journaling daily, being aware. That's all journaling and meditation does. It brings awareness to yourself and how you interact with your environment. The better you understand yourself and how you interact with your environment, the better off you will be. Your stressors, those little things that kind of get in your head, catch those thoughts before they leave and reflect on them and be like, why did that make me feel a type of way? Or why did what I just said make that person feel some type of way? Because in reality, like I said, You are just interacting with your environment, and that's it. There's nothing more than that. So when you figure out how that works, that's when you've unlocked your aura, and that's when you can really start to apply it. And then after that, it's really just practicing and applying your aura. Learn how to turn it on and keep it on. Notice the difference that arises when you turn your aura on, quote unquote, and when you turn your aura off. If you figure out how to turn on and off your aura, you will notice such a difference. Sometimes I do it in public too, and I'm like, okay, let me just turn on this like confidence, like my highest aura version of myself. And you guys, it's pretty insane to witness, if I do say so myself. I really do hope this brought some awareness to you guys about how being a beautiful person is really about the internal. It really is about you and your aura, more so than your physical appearance. And you guys will notice the difference between people who have a great aura and people who don't. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Anyways, girlies, it has been your girl Tima, and I'll see you on another video soon. Bye, girlies. So what can I say to you? But I'm off there, had to fall back. You got everybody thinking I'm all bad.